Good afternoon, everybody. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in. Asiana here, live streaming from Karma Yoga Center. So great to be with you. Yeah. Excuse me. Today, I'd just like to bring a little extra focus to the breath and the mind being like two fish, right? That kind of follow each other, right? And sometimes when the mind is just super active, right? The breath is just going to be really active and a little bit jagged. But then when we start to consciously kind of tune with the breath, there's this really magical thing that'll happen where the breath starts to smooth the mind and the mind starts to shape the breath. And so really when we consciously work with it in this way, it is just like these two fish, right? That follow each other. We did work a bit with this last week for those that tuned in. And I'm just going to be a little more deliberate with how I guide us into this experience. And it really is so effective in supporting us in this kind of concentrated awareness, right? This really mindful attentiveness to embodiment. And when we're fully kind of connected mind, body, and breath, right? We're really connected in the present moment. And then these kind of activations and triggers that might kind of deregulate us, if you will, don't happen as often because our system is nice and kind of stable and regulated, right? Because we're doing these practices. Yeah. So let's just begin. We'll close our eyes. And very simply, without trying to change anything, just begin to tune into your breath breathing. And notice if there's any sort of distractions, any sounds, any sort of thoughts of the past or the future, kind of any sort of attention outside of yourselves. It's okay. It's bound to happen. Kind of the activities of the day that kind of brought you to this moment. You can just kind of watch that settle down. And just notice your breath breathing, again, without trying to change anything about your breath. Just notice your baseline right now. Good. And there might be some subtle little movements that'll have you feel a little more comfortable in your body. Just feel free. Right? The body it's a fluid kind of template. So as we bring a deeper awareness to our breath, the body just starts to kind of ripple into a bit more comfort if we just kind of start to soften a little deeper into presence. Good. And now a little bit deliberate deepening of your inhale and just feel that expand your belly. And then a slow, full exhale and just watch your belly soften. Mm-hmm. And continue to breathe in this way for just a few more rounds. And start to have the intention of an even inhale and an even exhale. And then noticing maybe areas where the breath feels a little bit jagged, maybe a little bit loose, just noticing. Maybe there's areas that it feels a little bit hollow or maybe a little tight or like concrete. Just notice. And then with a subtle invitation for the breath to slow down just a little bit more, right? Just notice how sensations just begin to shift, maybe ever so slightly, just with this kind of deliberate deepening and slowing down of your breath. And as much as possible, just not forcing anything, just a bit of a stretching of the inhale and a stretching of the exhale. And then with your next breath in, visualize that breath going from your heart to your pelvic floor. That's the inhale. And then as you exhale, from the pelvic floor back to your heart, consciously shaping the breath with your mind. Inhale, heart to pelvic floor. And exhale, pelvic floor to heart. And continue this for about 4 more rounds of breath. Just kind of sensing this sort of heart warmth from your heart to your pelvic floor, a little love and compassion. The exhale, pelvic floor to heart, presence and ease. About 4 more just like that. Good. Now the next time you breathe in from your heart to any areas of your body that are kind of calling for your attention, a little love, a little sensation. And then as you exhale, just watch the sensations draw back inside your heart. Again, love, compassion. And your next breath in, again from your heart, kind of send that out, kind of reaching this love to any areas of you. And the exhale back to the heart, and let's take that about 4 more rounds of breath. Good. Now with your next breath in, draw that from the center of your heart, kind of touching the inside edges of your body all around. Fill yourself out. And this time, as you exhale, start to draw that back into the center of your heart, and at the same time, feel the touch of the space around you. The breath is inside and all around you. And just try that 2 more rounds. As the mind shapes the breath, you start to notice the breath shapes the mind. Then breathe in the center of your heart, and let's bring our palms together here. A connection to the teacher that provides within you, a gentle exhale, and enlivening the vibration of your intentions. Maybe it's presence, it's love, it's ease, whatever your intentions are. And just let that vibrate through every cell of your body. Attention here, now. And let us tone together. The element is sound, right? Vibration from the inside out. And I just want to encourage you to really work with sound fully. It's ah at the base of the spine, oh at the heart, at the third eye. And really receive the sound from the inside, kind of ripple the water body. Just give it a try. We'll try this 3 rounds. Deep breath in. Be an open mouth exhale. And breathe in here for Om. Now we'll continue to move slowly and with our breath, and we're just going to reach our biceps by our ears as we inhale. And then a slow, smooth exhale, pivot to the left, and just bring the left fingertips to the earth behind you, the right hand to the top of the left knee, and a deep breath in. And then exhale to slide your inner gaze over that back shoulder. Now even inhale, even exhale. There might be a little bit of movement through the earth body as you breathe. Little malleability, maybe some subtle pulses. Good, and then just slide your gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the torso twisted in the same direction, and then reach your left fingertips to the sky. And then just a slight fanning of the left ribs open, and just take a full breath here. You got it. Now breathe in. Keep that left arm lifted as you unwind center. We'll reach the left arm over the right arm. This is called eagle arms. And see if you can bring your palms together. It's a little bit of a twisting of the arms. If that's not comfortable, hands can wrap around your outer shoulders. Breathe in wherever you are, a little lift of the elbows and just kind of working it out in your body. And then exhale, hug the elbows to your heart, and then take a slow round through your back body. Your chin draws a little bit forward, and try that one more round of breath is all. Now breathe in, lift center, and just start to stir the elbows a bit to the right, little peek left. Circle the elbows to the sky and then pull them over to the left, a little peek right, and then kind of circle the elbows down toward the heart. Take that one more round and just kind of let the back of the neck swirl with that. It's a little massage along the back of the heart, right? Embodiment, and then switch directions. And then we'll draw the elbows to our heart, and we're just going to stack the left forearm on top of the right. Inhale, frame your head with your arms. Same inhale, straighten your elbows and just stretch the arms long and wide, slow, and just bring the fingertips to the earth next to you. Lean back in the palms and straighten the legs for a moment there. And point your toes, chin toward throat. Flex your feet, a little opening of the throat. And then toes will stir to the right, right ear, right shoulder. Point the toes, chin toward throat. Toes to the left, left ear, left shoulder. And then switch directions. And the head just really follows the movement of the feet. Yeah, that's all. Good. And then we'll bend the knees again and cross the opposite leg in front, right? The right and left hemispheres of the body. Breathe in, biceps by ears. Breathe out, little pivot to the right. Right fingertips behind you, left hand top of that knee. Little inner gaze over that back shoulder, and even inhales, even exhales. Beautiful. And keep the torso twisted in this direction and just slide your gaze over the opposite shoulder. And then we'll reach our right fingertips to the sky. And just a slight fanning of the right ribs open there. Take a full breath. And then breathe in. We're lifting center, unwind center, and cross the right arm over left. So eagle arms on this side or any variation. Breathe in, elbows lift a bit. Little gaze up, breathe out, elbows towards your heart, and just a little rounding through the back body. Try that one more round of breath. And then keeping the elbows hugging your heart, restack the spine. And as you stir the elbows to the left, little peek right. And then just kind of circling the elbows and then peek the opposite direction. Switch directions, one round each side. And then as we come center, we're just going to slide the right forearm on top of the left. Inhale, frame your head with your arms. Same inhale, just spread the arms wide. Fingertips, fingertips to the earth, a little bit behind you, palms to the earth. And this time just bend your knees. Feet are a little wider than the hips. Feet are on the earth. Take a big breath in. And just let the knees drop over to the right, little peek over the left shoulder. And so inhale, knees lift center, and we'll take that to the other side. And I just really appreciate this practice of single moment, single awareness. So as to really kind of land each movement, really feel all the nuances of right now. Mm-hmm. Let's take that one more time on each side. Now breathe in and lift your knees center. And then slide the soles of your feet together and let the knees open. So a little Baddha Konasana here. I'm going to turn sideways. Your feet can be, pretty far from your pelvis, whatever's comfortable for you. And then let the hands just rest on the knees and take a moment and really kind of full sway to the left, kind of lift the right sit bone and pull it away from the left, and then other side. Whew. And so you're really starting to allow yourself to register the weight of your body on earth. And it can be a little bit playful, right? It's a cradle. It's a little adventure. One of my teachers used to describe this experience of embodiment as an event. Oh my goodness. So as we come center now, just bring the hands to your low back, your sacrum. You can let the body do a little sway forward and back, maybe side to side. And we're just going to start to pat either side of the spine, kidneys, the adrenals, sacrum, low back. If you're circling a bit, you can switch directions. And then loose fists, outer hips. We've done this before together. Loose fists, inner thighs. The head and the neck be soft. Draw that toward the inner knees, inner shins. Now inner heels, a lot of little pressure points there. And then back up toward the inner knees, inner thighs, outer hips. Open palms, sacrum, low back. And then 3 nice love pats there. Slowly brush your hands over your outer hips, slow over your thighs, your knees, your shins, your toes. Stick with me. Slide your hands up your inner shins, your inner thighs, and then at your belly, slide your hands over your heart, your throat, palms over either side of your face, crown of your head, back of your head, neck, throat, heart, belly. Slide over your waist to your sacrum, and then your outer thighs, knees. And when the hands kind of slide off the tips of your toes, bring your palms together here, right? Thank you. And then just kind of fling your palms open to the sky. And then just let the weight of your arms kind of float through space here, landing palms up on your inner thighs. And close your eyes. Just let yourself register sensation. Slow the breath down. And then just slide your hands underneath your knees. We're going to draw the knees together. Mm-hmm. And then from here, let's stay pretty close to the earth. Let's reach our arms out next to our knees. If you have a block or a book, have that handy and just round down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then just take a moment here. Deep inhale. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Feel the weight of your body on earth. One more breath. Yeah. And then step your heels right behind your sit bones. Hands come palms down next to your hips. Now we're going to do a little bit of right and left hemisphere kind of balancing. So stick with me. Inhale, press your feet, scoop your tailbone, round up vertebrae by vertebrae, reach your right arm toward the ceiling, and then right bicep by ear, and let your inner gaze roll to the left. And then exhale, round back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, arm sweeps back through space, landing palms down next to your hips, inner gaze toward the ceiling. Inhale, press, scoop, and lift, left arm lifts. And then your inner gaze rolls to the right. Mm-hmm. And then exhale, bring that back down. Inner gaze toward the ceiling. Now inhale, press and scoop, both arms lift. Keep your inner gaze toward the ceiling. Press the back of your head gently. And then exhale, come on down. Good. Now inhale, press, scoop, right arm, inner gaze left. Exhale, release. Inner gaze toward the ceiling. Inhale, press, scoop, left arm, inner gaze right. And exhale, release. Stick with it. Press your feet, scoop, both arms lift, inner gaze toward the ceiling. And exhale, release. Now do that whole sequence once on your own, the whole sequence. Take your time. This balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain, the solar and lunar hemispheres, Ida and Pingala. And when you've completed your final round, then rest your hands on your belly, pigeon toe your feet a little bit, and rest your knees together. Even inhale, even exhale. The mind shapes the breath shapes the mind. Good, good. Now a little experiment. We'll lift the knees slightly apart again, feet parallel. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling, palms face each other, not touching. Press the feet, scoop the tailbone, round up vertebrae by vertebrae. Press the back of your head gently, and then just kind of round up and down between the shoulder blades. A few moments here. You might find some hot spots. Yeah. And then if it feels okay for you, a little lifting of the right shoulder blade, right fingertips might lift, and then the left shoulder blade. So it's a little bit of a side to side movement. And then press the hips as high as possible. We're going to come to bridge pose now. Plug your elbows in next to your waist, robot arms here, and then start to walk the elbows toward each other, shimmy as high on your shoulders as possible. So a little bit of perseverance. Roll towards your inner feet there just a bit. Keep the hips lifted and then press the back of your head gently. Please, 3 full slow breaths here. Starts to really cleanse the digestive system. Another breath in, lift a little higher, and then exhale, release one shoulder at a time. Maybe your arms reach toward the ceiling. Round down vertebrae by vertebrae, no hurry. And then once your sacrum, your hips meet the earth, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees splay open, and then just rest your biceps by your ears here. So it's this kind of full body opening. And then as much as possible, relax everything here. And we're going to add a little bit of a toning breath so we can vibrate kind of the deeper tissues of the body. So let's experiment with a Z sound, and you can literally send this breath to any areas of attention. Relax into the sound. It's like a Z with a hum. Try that 2 more rounds. And then just relax in silence for a couple of breaths. Any little micro movements. Now breathe in and draw your knees together. Now heel toe your left foot between your sit bones and reach your right leg up toward the sky. Give that right ankle a slow stir in one direction and now the other, yeah. And then cross the right thigh over your left thigh, like you're sitting like a little lady. And if it's comfortable, you can wrap the right ankle all the way around. Now take a deep inhale. Feel your belly expand toward the sky. And then exhale, both knees are going to drape over to the left, little inner gaze right. And now breathe in, lift your knees center. And then exhale, knees to the right, inner gaze left. Inhale, knees center. Get a little massage along the digestive system. Take that 2 more rounds on each side. And then when your knees drape over to the right, please stay there. Relax your left armpit. 3 breaths. Maybe it's a H-I-S-S, like a hiss. 2 more. Now breathe in and lift your knees center. And just drag your right ankle on top of your left knee like a figure 4. Bounce the right knee for a moment and then string your right arm through the hole of the right knee. Thread the needle, wrap your hands around your left knee. And then you're just squeezing the left thigh to your outer left ribs in a very gentle flex of both feet. And see if you can do this little micro press of the right knee toward the ceiling or a little bit away from you as you roll your tailbone to the earth. So make as much contact with the earth, with your spine as possible, and just feel 3 breaths. You got it. Now bring your left knee to the earth. Your left foot to the earth. And then bring your right foot to the earth between your sit bones. We're going to reach the left leg up to the sky. And then let that left ankle stir in one direction, maybe cactus arms, and then let that ankle stir in the other direction. Then cross the left thigh over the right, like a little lady, and you might wrap the ankle all the way around and feel a big breath in. Now exhale, both knees drape over to the right, little inner gaze left. Inhale, knees center, and just take that to the other side. Good, and then two more on each side, two more. And this time, as the knees drape over to the left, we'll stay there. Relax the right armpit all the way to the earth and let this be a pretty big belly breath. And as you exhale, it's that little to release. Two more. Now breathe in and lift your knees center. Drag your left ankle on top of your right knee. Figure 4 and just bounce the left knee for a moment. And then thread the needle on this side, right? So the left arm strings through the whole of the left knee. Wrap the hands around the right knee. You can just bring it behind the knee if that's more comfortable for you. And then a little squeeze here as you flex the feet. Roll the tailbone to the earth. 3 breaths. Good. And then bring your right foot to the earth. Bring your left foot to the earth. Mm-hmm. Now take hold of your block or your book. Mm-hmm. And let the knees do a light sway from side to side for just a moment, and then press your feet, lift your hips, and slide the block underneath the top of your sacrum, perpendicular to the base of your spine. All right, and just find that sweet spot. Usually it should be a little closer toward your tailbone than what you would normally think. And then just kind of scoot your shoulder blades underneath your back body, hands palms up, and just take a moment and relax everything here. Good, good. And now reach one leg up toward the ceiling. And if that feels balanced, please reach your other leg up toward the ceiling. And if you prefer, you can always just keep your feet on the earth. Yeah. Now imagine a sandbag like weighted over your feet, and that'll actually anchor you into your hips. And bring all of your awareness now to your third eye and feel the vibration of your intentions. Maybe there's a color and a texture that shows up right around your third eye. And please, about 10 breaths here. Now you can stay here. Or bring your hands to your outer hips. And with the support of the hands, we're going to do a gentle flex of the feet and then just start to reach the legs out to the side walls. So it's kind of like a floating saddle pose, right? And then a little extra press through the big toe mound here. Breathe deeply. We've got 5 rounds of breath.
Good. And then slowly draw your legs back together. Reach to the sky, a little point of the toes. And then bend the knees here. Bring your feet back to the earth. Hands on either side of the block as you lift your hips. And then round down vertebrae by vertebrae. There's no hurry there. Ooh. And now hug your knees to your belly. Keep your knees together if possible. And then a little bit of a rocking motion side to side, really whatever feels good to you here. And then it might feel nice to lift your forehead to your knees. Maybe a little wiggle of the sacrum. And then bring your head to the earth. And then for a moment, with the knees still bent, the feet are on the earth, see if you can just do a little bit of a rounding around the sacrum. So you can imagine the sacrum kind of like a disc, and you're rolling that on the earth in one direction and then the other, just to unwind the deeper hip muscles. Yeah, and then just release now in Shavasana. We'll take a moment, little active release. So breathe in and lift your right leg about an inch above the earth and just stay there. Breathe. And take another breath in, and then exhale, just drop the leg. Give the weight of your body to the earth. Just feel kind of a flush of sensation. Then breathe in and lift your left leg about an inch above the earth. Keep breathing. Another deep inhale. And exhale, drop the leg. That flush of energy. And now inhale, kind of press your fingers as wide as possible. Both hands. Reach, 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 reach. Reach and release. And then just make a little fist with both hands and squeeze as tight as possible. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. And let the head sway a little bit side to side for just a moment. Lift your arms a tiny bit and then drop the arms. And just give the weight of your body to earth. Deep surrender. And as you remain in a place of open attention, just witness the sensations of your aliveness as you relax even more, just giving yourselves to this experience, handing yourselves to relaxation. And we'll stay here for just a few more minutes. And now with no hurry whatsoever, just notice little stirs through your fingers, your toes, your head and your neck. Yeah. You might even let that kind of swirl through your hips. You can bend your knees whenever you're ready and just roll to one side. Yeah. And as effortlessly as possible, just make your way to a seated position and just close your eyes here and just settle into a place of open awareness and just simply kind of notice your baseline now. We can bring our palms together at our heart center and just really honoring you for giving your time, giving yourself this time, this space, and really just giving yourselves to you. And let us join together in one final toning Om to seal our practice. Again, let this be full and let this vibrate from the inside out. And as we kind of tend to our health and harmony in here, we get to ripple that out into the world. And so we'll do this one round. The gentle breath in. Open mouth exhale. And breathe in here. Namaste. Great. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just a extra shout out, of course, to all of the healthcare workers, the first responders, all of those that are on the front line, and all of us that are really just kind of tending to our greatest vitality on the planet and holding space for all those that might be suffering in a bit of challenge or pain. Just mad respect and love, love, love. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.